Worst Premade Ever.
Hi team, how's it going? So about a year ago now, we promised you guys that if we reached our donation milestone on the 2020 charity stream, that we would record a WPE fanfic reading. And it's only taken us the whole of 2021, but it's finally here. So the content you're about to watch has been written by some wonderful fans of ours, and if their original text and names have been changed to the reading, it's only to ensure continuity. I've been dumpster diving on the internet over the past year trying to find this stuff for you guys, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. And without further ado, I'm going to hand some scripts out and let's start reading. Right, are you guys ready?
Yep. Got lots of ready to rock.
And then Kath, if you would like to take us away, friend.
Alice, Cass, and the rest of the WPE team are walking down the street to a cafe in England. I don't live in England. I live in Wales.
Yeah, definitely live in Wales.
I'm Welsh. The first grumble.
That was quick.
Line 1, you're on the first line.
We're off to a good start.
And there's already problems.
This is their first time meeting IRL, and it's just been completely different than talking online. One of my other friends out of the WPE crew told me that Ellis had a crush on me, basically saying that Ellis liked me back. Yes! I may have a tiny crush on Ellis. Okay, it's a huge crush. What can I say? Can he really blame me?
Damn straight you can't.
He's a sexy man.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know you could dance so
This
exotically.
fanfic is like on point. This isn't even fiction.
Ellis looked at me with that look in his eyes. No! Not that look, you dirty Venus.
It definitely is that look. Just
It's
saying.
definitely that look, I'm sorry.
Oh my
It's like
god.
he's trying to get my attention. Are you, Ellis? Are you trying to get my attention?
Not right now. I'm just sort of dying on the inside, to be perfectly honest.
When we got to the cafe, Ellis sat directly in front of me. I finally got the guts and kissed him on the cheek. Everyone looked at me like I was insane. I already knew he liked me.
What? Kath, how did you know? I hate this already.
It's like a proper anime, like, what?
Exactly, yeah.
Kawaii desu ka? How do you know, Uwu?
Senpai.
Ellis asked me in pure confusion. Jackson told me. I said to his question, I don't know.
Bro, do you not know Jackson?
Let's just say he accepted my confession. Yeah, he was still made at Jackson for a while.
Still made at Jackson.
This is great. Yeah, entering our new Worst Premade Ever member, Jackson!
He's already my favourite.
After Kath kissed me, I pulled her out of the cafe, wanting a full-on explanation on why she kissed me in front of everyone. Also, she kissed me on the cheek. Like, what's wrong with that?
Oh, you know.
It's like a standard greeting.
Naughty.
It was the bum cheek.
Oh, yeah. Moist.
Just a big mwah right on
Moist.
there. Moist.
All she said was,
Why not? I know you like me.
how could she know this? Unless they told her.
So you're going to ask me, or am I pallying the waiting game again?
Kath asked, ending the awkward silence.
That was basically how he did it.
That's your two fanfic. I hope you like that. The next one is even better. This is I'm so excited about this one. So the next one is Alex times reader fanfic.
Oh my god, do we get yum yum?
But we're replacing the reader with Jake.
Oh, Jesus.
So Jake, would you like to take us away?
No.
And that's the end of the fanfic reading. Goodbye.
Bye.
3 months prior to the present day, supernatural beings were finally released due to multiple protests. Where the is this going?
This is taking a turn
I
already.
expect this one to be here. Okay, right, there we go. I listened to the news intently. We have got government officials giving a speech to discuss why they are releasing these people, but until the speech is public spoken, we'll get back to you. A scream
That in
pops.
one go when you can't even read a normal sentence normally.
How did you read that in one go when there is actually grammar in there?
There's actually
there is grammar in
punctuation that is fucking missed.
There's a reason I double spaced this, guys. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is actually really easy to read. Like it's
I
like it's
tried
double
to
spaced.
dyslexia proof it. You know.
Yeah.
Oh man.
A screen popped up that had colourful words.
Oh, Jake's favourite thing.
It's like fridge magnet letters.
If you know of someone who had been taken by the government and now are being released, please come and pick them up. They're ready to belong in the human society.
Oh my god, is Alex an alien?
Alex,
Feel like a dog.
wow.
Fast forward to the present. It feels like more than 3 months ago since I got Alex back. Oh, God. Honestly, I would have never knew he was some supernatural being if it wasn't for the government. They're the only ones who falsely accuse them for being dangerous to others. It's not true, of course. I looked at Alex from our shared kitchen. He was always playing with our 2 dogs we rescued together. Babe, food's done.
Oh my god.
I pulled out the chicken that was finished cooking in the oven. Steam came off the cooked pieces and created an aroma.
Can I just say, it doesn't say what kind of aroma. It just says an aroma.
Yeah.
I watched Alex perk up at the smell. Oh, God.
Oh my god.
And had to keep my laughter in. Now, since Alex felt like he didn't need to hide his werewolf side since the government ratted them out,
No, I'm not a furry.
I appreciated him for being himself. I tossed the mitts onto the counter whilst giving Alex a plate of food and going around our counter to sit next to him. Iris and Anubis both sat patiently at the sides of our chairs. Alex seemed to be having some sort of conversation with them when I noticed his attention directly on our rescues.
Can they have some chicken too?
Alex gave me puppy eyes, ironically, before I gave him a small nod and watched as Alex grabbed the 2 pieces and gave them a piece each. After we finished eating, I cleaned up all of our dishes. Alex babied our dogs, meaning that he was wrapping blankets around them and putting them on the couch to sleep. Thank God that was clarified.
Is he making doggy burritos?
I know. After he made sure the dogs were comfortable, he entered our kitchen and wrapped his arms around me. Even though it's been 3 months, it still felt like he was gone. Like he was still taken from me. Alex's arms were very warm around my waist, mainly due to him being a werewolf.
Of course.
Oh no!
Oh god.
I've just read the next bit.
I just read the next line.
I still miss holding you like this every night.
I might actually be sick.
Oh
It's
no.
even better than it's Jake. Oh, the amount of fan service we're doing right now is immense.
Alex whispered in my ear, snuggling his head into the crook of my neck before leaving small kisses along the side of my neck.
Additionally, the visual of that, because John is so much shorter than Alex.
I know, yeah.
Alex is like
You're like bending over.
like a mummy bird. Like
I'm just imagining Alex with a giraffe neck, like.
Yeah.
What's going on down here?
The giraffe tongue as well. You know.
I finished scrubbing the pan I used and put it on the counter, turning around in Alex's hold. Well, since the government won't be asses to you anymore, you can always hold me like this whenever you need to or want to. Okay, baby. I gently placed my hands on his face, leaning up and kissing him. It still feels unreal that you're in my arms again, Alex. Oh my god, this is...
Right, I'm sorry, I have to cut this off quickly. Where the did you find these?
I will tell you later.
It feels like you have a side gig, don't you, guys?
I've been ruffled.
Writing all these.
I feel like they'd be better written if Gabby wrote them.
Oh my god. It still feels unreal that you're in my arms again, Alex. My eyes stung with tears. The wall I held up so strongly for Alex was finally breaking down. But only because he made me weak in the best way possible.
I got you quivering in those knees,
Oh
baby.
man! Oh, I feel just as anxious on the inside at reading the script.
Jake.
You say it like you're a really angry Jason Statham.
Is there a calm Jason Statham?
I think so.
It's just Jason Statham hugging Jake in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Alex gently forced me to look up at him. Gently forced.
It's going to feel that way for both of us. The government is going to have to accept not all of us are bad. I don't ever want to be away from you for that long ever again.
Said Alex romantically. And in that moment, we both became giant babies, crying our eyes out before we decided it was time to go to bed. Oh, God.
So that is the end of the Alex
Wow.
fanfic. What
Also, just want to say, go to bed that soon after eating food. Really bad for you.
Yeah, don't do that.
The next one we're moving on to is actually the fan service, because it was the original fanfic, and that is going to be between Ellis and Jake.
Oh.
Me. We got a jealous.
Jealous
one,
is
really.
back again.
Right, okay. Sometimes I wondered why I even went to parties. I never really enjoyed them, and it wasn't like I was butt buddies with everyone, so I barely had anyone to talk to. It wasn't like it was a night party, drinking lots of alcohol, loud music blaring, and people doing nasty things. Oh, nasty things with each other. That sounds like a good party.
My butt buddy, baby.
Yeah.
I envied how easily along the hosts. What? I envied how easily along the hosts were. Kath was chatting with a small group of people. Gabby was near Kath, and Alex was near the swimming pool with Jake and another person I couldn't care less about, to be honest. Wow, harsh.
I could care less about.
Oh, sorry, I could care less about, to be honest. Okay, never mind. It was around 3 p.m. when Kath forced everyone outside to enjoy the actual party.
You won't like my party, you all.
You forced them outside? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing in here?
At gunpoint, like, get
Yeah, Buster goes upstairs and picks up one of the airsoft rifles and, guns to the back of the head, just forcing everyone to walk outside.
Get outside and you will enjoy this party.
After an hour or two, Gabby and Alex announced that everyone was going to group into teams and have a water gun and water balloon fight. I was grouped with 2 random people and Jake. Jake held a slingshot for the water balloons, and I had most of our ammo and another slingshot just in case.
Can you climb trees well, Ellis?
Jake randomly asked. I looked at him, slightly confused. I don't know. He chuckled before giving me his slingshot and found a pretty low branch, even though it was definitely higher than I could reach. I'm taller than Jake, just saying.
Try to climb as far as you can.
He clasped his hands together and placed them on his knee, seeming to wait for me. What are you doing?
Just climb up there before we get knocked out.
He rushed me. As gently as I could, I stepped on his hands and reached up for the tree branch. He pointed to before feeling myself being pushed upwards.
All I got, though, was that Jake was pushing Ellis up.
That's what I got as well.
Yeah.
Jake giggled.
Oh, Discord.
Yeah, Discord cut out. This is just... That's off. Before he moved onto a branch close to me, no matter how awkward I can be, an attractive guy getting close to me will always make my face heat up and my stomach do a million flips. Oh, Jake.
Oh, lordy.
Jake's the only one left, right?
Gabby asked. Their 3 members nodded almost in unison.
Unison.
Unison?
Unison.
Unison. Unison, whatever.
Unison.
Have you got all the ammunition?
I'm heavily dyslexic, you forget this. Their 3 members nodded almost in unison. I thought we were caught for sure, so I panicked. I grabbed a ballon, not a balloon, a ballon, and quickly threw it on the ground with a group of 5. They all seemed to go into turret mode. Once they were in a clearer view, I careful moved onto a different branch and waited for Jake's countdown. Gotta be careful. Got a careful move.
Go into turret mode.
You have to be careful move and go into turret mode.
What is torrent mode? What's that meant to be?
I don't know.
I'm not even entirely sure what turret mode would be with the what turret mode.
I don't know if it's turret or current. What?
Who the f knows?
3, 2, 1.
Jake shot his balloon first.
Always. Always.
And I handed him another one and heard the group groan loudly. Oh, Jesus. Complaining that we were cheating. How is it cheating by throwing water balloons in a water balloon fight? Like, what? When we got down, I held my hand up for a high five, but instead was pulled into a hug. Oh, God, here we go.
We'd never win if it wasn't for you.
Jake held my shoulders, smiling at me. Stop smiling at me so cutely, you bastard. Once we got back to their house and everyone began to leave, I grabbed my thin jacket, emphasis on thin, and began to look for my phone, not remembering where I put it. Jake shook something in his hand to get my attention.
Straight up his
Sorry.
knob. Standing in the kitchen with his out.
Also, it says not remembering when you put it.
And began to look for my phone, not remembering when I put it. Jake shook something in my hand to get my attention,
What?
preferably not his.
Jake shook something in his hand. You said Jake shook something in my hand.
Me.
Is your knob in your
Jake
hand?
shook
Put his dick in your hand.
whacks
To
it out
get your
straight away.
attention.
Yeah. Jake shook something in his hand to get my attention.
Is this what you're looking for, miss?
I giggled. Smiling and holding my hand out, he placed my phone in my hand before holding tightly to said objects. Objects? There's only one, wasn't there?
No, there was a remember?
Oh, yeah. Shit. Phone, yeah.
And the spring.
Yeah. I thought we worked really well together today. And I know it's kind of invading privacy, but I added my phone number into your phone.
Hang on, how did you get my code, you bastard? It's on fingerprints. Stalker. He acted so shy now and less confident, but honestly, I found it kind of attractive.
Oh my god. Okay.
Blech.
You could delete it if you want to. I just thought
I'm going to.
I just thought maybe we could work together again or something.
Yeah.
Dot.
Or something. I smiled, slightly swinging our hands before taking my phone and hand away from him. I patted my pocket for my keys and turned around before smiling like an idiot before facing Jake and quickly kissing his cheek before leaving. Thanks for inviting me. Bye. When I got into my car, I quickly turned it on. My heartbeat panicking itself from my previous action. I almost laughed out loud when I seen a text. I hate that. When I seen a text from Jake already. Saw! It's past tense, saw! I almost laughed out loud when I seen a text. It's so wrong, I can't say it properly.
When I seen a text.
I almost laughed out loud when I seen a text from Jake already.
Good night, beautiful.
I then rolled down the window on my car and sighed.
And then rolled the window up on my own neck.
Yeah.
And drove off in the car.
Wow, guys. Okay, so that was the WPE fanfic reading. How do you all feel?
I don't want to do this channel anymore.
No, I was feeling pretty unwell beforehand. Now I'm...
You're cured.